Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm going to apologize for the wind noise straight off the bat, but now that we have the E46 M3 coupe almost fully complete, we have the E46 M3 convertible parts car that donated all of its lovely parts to help out my coupe. Now that we're basically fully swapped over, I will be posting that car for sale. But before it goes, I wanted to come over here and I wanted to do a quick little versus for you guys. I've done this in the past and I think it's actually helpful for real world experiences and people looking at both options. My coupe is 6-speed manual and I absolutely love it. The convertible is SMG and I was actually astonished with how good it actually performs, even being a high mileage car with a little bit of neglected maintenance. This is going to be a 6-speed versus SMG video and what car you kind of should go for. So I have the exact opposites. I have an automatic vert and I have a manual coupe. With the most basic and talked about topic and literally just the general discussion, it really depends on what you're going to use the car for. For example, if you have all manual cars and you have some other faster cars, a daily driver or whatever the case is, and you have another car that is automatic, then of course you probably are going to be swayed towards a 6-speed manual car. Now on the other hand, if you have all manual cars and you're looking for something that's just more of a daily driver, something to just enjoy, cruise around the town, not something as sporty, then of course I think an SMG would be an actual perfect car. When I first thought of getting an SMG, I was kind of disgusted by the opportunity and the topic, but actually getting to experience one, the transmission is not bad at all. They're a little bit rough, they're a little bit finicky, but my car has no tune, no maintenance, no nothing. If you do either of those, your car will be in way better shape than mine is, and you'll have a whole different experience for the better. So SMG is actually a very slow transmission, but depending on the speed and sport mode and at the top speed, the car really doesn't lag that bad. It shifts pretty good. It's not really anything that terrible. It's no DCT. As far as the 6-speed manual car goes, of course, everybody loves a manual car. The manual examples are worth more. They're more of a collector car. They're more of a driver's car. But at the same time, with a 6-speed car, you get all the clunks. You get the more kind of harshness on the drivetrain. They just end up going through a lot more wear, and a lot of the manual cars are of course way more beat. So SMG is a great car that could be either a track car or a daily driver, because the SMG transmission isn't that bad to begin with and it's fun with the paddles. You can drive it in manual, you can drive it in automatic. It has all the capabilities of a manual, but it's just a little automated. The also massive plus side of an SMG transmission is that if you ever in the future wanted to go manual, people charge like $2,000, parts included, and the labor to actually swap the car over. Those were all just some random points in the video and just some general discussion, but getting into it, the SMG car, I personally would say would be a more of a daily driver, cruise around the town. Maybe you're a little bit older, maybe you're a little bit tired of driving all these manual cars and you still want a sports car that is fun and somewhat still sporty. I would 100% say get an SMG in confidence. It's great if you have another manual car. Maybe you're just tired of manual, you've had so many manual cars. I think an SMG car would actually be very fun to drive, especially if you have a clean example, maybe a cooler color, or maybe you like convertibles and you want an automatic and you want to go cruise around the beach, go cruise around the back roads, go enjoy spring or summer day. Cars end up being a very different drive and a very different driving style. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say what you would prefer without driving them yourself both. I definitely always vouch for a manual car, ideally an F80 manual, but I really do like the SMG. There's different times and there's different things, but again, if I want to go literally beat on a car, take this thing for a spirited drive, then of course I want the actual manual car. But if I'm gonna go mess around with my friends or just go do some other random activity, then I would have no problem and I would actually prefer taking out the SMG. So again, it's up to you, it's up to your driving style, and it's up to your kind of lifestyle. I like having fun and doing some spirited driving, and I like driving itself. So of course I always opt for the manual. But if I had other activities like going to play a sport, going to hang out with friends, going to cruise on some beaches, or go do something else, then I would 100% love this SMG. And low-key, the convertible, not my style, but it is pretty cool. So it really depends on you, and having both of these cars right here and getting to pick which one I would take. If I had to keep one, which I'm only keeping one, of course it is my manual coupe, and this will be my spirited driving fun car and just something to go kind of throw around and have some fun in. But if I really only had like one car, or if I only had maybe two cars, I would love to have this SMG car just as a backup, as a daily, something to go hang out with the weekends. It's just more of a cruising car and not something to really beat on or go do something too crazy. It definitely can get down. Car is definitely a cruiser and just something to enjoy. I have Federico here with me. He's hiding in the car. He's a little shy today, but he is coming out of the closet today, so he is going to be joining the conversation. He got to drive this thing back from Cali, like 4.5, 5 hours away. He doesn't really like this, and we're debating. He's saying that he would always take the manual car, and I'm actually vouching for once that I would definitely take this. But then you got to look at it. I only have manual cars. I daily the F80, and that's just manual. I'm tired of driving manual. I miss DCT. I miss something that I can just sit down.
Nothing like DCT.
Yes, it is.
Not even close.
You're right. It's better. No, DCT is top tier and king of automatics, but obviously the new ones with the 8 HPs, those are also on a different level. But SMG is an older transmission, but also the thing that people don't really realize is that, let's say you were undecided and you could find a good deal on an SMG transmission. It takes $2,000 for parts and labor to fully manual swap it, and it would be factory.
But then you're just giving into my argument of manual swapping.
You're right, but I'm saying if you really had the opportunity and you were undecided in a good SMG coupe or something, whatever you decide.
If you're not like you,
what's like me?
Look,
what's like me?
Resale value on every car you purchase.
I do that.
Exactly. If you're not like that and a normal person, then you can buy an SMG, pay the $2,000.
Yes.
Parts
yes.
To swap it.
Yeah.
I would never keep an SMG in my life. This car is not happy unless you're above 3,000 RPMs all the time.
No, that's just not when you're happy.
No,
the car
is not happy.
Yeah, but that's because
like shit unless you're shifting above 3,500 RPMs.
Okay, but that's because we like sports cars. If you just wanted,
you can't drive this like a normal human being.
No, you can't drive it like a full-blown sports car.
Yes, you can. That's where it's the happy. That's where it likes it, dude. On the drive home, it does not like sitting under 3,500.
That's because it's this car. This car's not that great. If anybody wants to buy it, the car's perfect. This is like a M1.5, and this is an M3. It's not crazy fast. Neither is that, but this is definitely.
When you click that sport button.
Yeah, but if you drive it in what 5-speed and sport, it really doesn't shift that bad. Yes, it lags, but it's not that bad. A manual car, you do have to deal with the clunks, the other maintenance.
About it, like you said before we were on camera, a 45-year-old man.
Look, if I was...
We're not 45. Guys, guys buying this car are not 45 years old.
Then who buys this car?
Fuckers like you and me.
No.
Idiots.
No. If this car was tailored...
You're going to buy it, buy that.
This car was literally tailored for someone that's about to take out their 401k tax free. They're 60. They're 60.
That's what you're getting 39 for.
No. This car, in my mind...
That's why you buy an RS4 and forget about everything.
This is, in my mind, this is the car you own when you're in your 20s and you want to go to the track, you want to go to the canyon.
And you skip it.
And you don't have... And you have a daily driver. This is not your only car. This car is like... I picture an old white guy in a freaking button-up shirt with the top 3 buttons open with a gold chain.
That's what the Z3 is for.
Oh. Guys, comment down below, who is the SMG tailored for? And SMG convertible at that. I feel like an SMG coupe would be a different story. I feel like you'd be more biased if it was a SMG coupe. You just don't like it because it's a convertible.
No, I love the fucking.
No,
it's
you
fucking
don't.
fun.
No,
It's fun as
because
shit.
you were
This
hiding.
is what I don't like. This I don't give a fuck about.
No.
This is the shitty part.
Look, guys, if I was 40 years old and I'm going out to dinner and my freaking 25-year-old girlfriend
Take that every time.
said, "Oi, papi, let's go with the top down. Let's just cruise." Then I'm going with this.
Yeah, okay, but this is irrelevant to this.
Okay, look, if she said, "Oi, más duro, papi," and then she said, "Let's go out, I just want to cruise," and she wants to hold hands, then of course, you gotta take the SMG. You gotta take the SMG.
That's it.
What?
I'd rather have that and this.
But then,
shit skipped over.
but then you can't hold your
I don't
freaking,
give a fuck.
you can't hold your highness hand.
Yeah, after you get up to speed, you can hold her hand.
No, you can hold her hand, you just have to shift with your left.
That's fine.
Nah, but look, big dog,
That's the testament.
this is the driver's car.
Exactly.
This is the driver's chill car.
All right, I'm done.
No, you're not. You just don't like SMG.
I don't enjoy it whatsoever.
SMG is pretty cool, guys. Get
I
SMG.
think all in all, I have more hours in this car than you do. You haven't really gotten a feel for this yet.
I took you out. I took you on a night out in the town in this.
It smells like burnt fucking jazz.
Nah, that wasn't that. Anyways, guys, the moral of the story, SMG is definitely not a bad car. It does not shift that bad. It should not be as hated on. Absolutely freezing and the wind is blowing pretty bad. We are gonna take these beautiful pieces of machinery back to the house, kind of finish up the comparison. Obviously, I am in my 6-speed coupe. Disc full. Oh no, the door's not even closed. No mames. Alright, we're gonna end this video off again a little bit different. So we have the manual car and we have the SMG car. I decided to hop in front of the camera for once. So when it comes down to manual and SMG cars, there's really, that's it. That's the difference. They're manual and one's SMG. So it's whether you like automatic or it's whether you like manual. There's really not much more to it. The cars drive very different, but relatively the same. Pretty much. So the really only difference again is that you have to deal with an SMG. So the car's not DCT, it doesn't shift fast. It's not gonna have those lightning speed shifts. It's not gonna feel crazy pushing you back. The SMG car is definitely significantly slower than the manual car. It's just the way it happens and the way the power gets actually lost during the drivetrain. SMG is noticeably slower than an actual manual car. Again, a manual car is still really not that fast, but you definitely still notice a significant change. The SMG, again, my preference is it's really not that bad of a transmission. I surprisingly enjoy driving it. Having all manual cars, dailying the manual F80, this is definitely something that you can just hop in and chill. It's really not bad. If I don't feel like going driving and actually driving, I would just love to take an SMG car out and relax. I miss my DCT F80. This is no DCT, but it's close enough for the point where you can still enjoy it. You can still have fun. It's a very tame car that's easily driven, and a lot of people actually really prefer SMG driving in manual mode. Auto mode isn't bad at all. I don't understand why people diss auto so much. It's really not that bad compared to everything else included, but auto or manual, this car is actually enjoyable to drive. If you go into it knowing you're driving an SMG, not expecting it to be a normal 8 HP or a normal DCT, if you go into it understanding what an SMG is, understanding the mechanics behind it, and already having the impression that it's not going to be lightning fast and it's not going to be that transmission that shifts incredibly fast, if you know what you expect, then this car isn't bad at all. I think people go into it expecting something crazy, expecting this transmission to be lightning fast and be a whole different world. No, that's where you get your hopes up. As far as the manual car goes, of course, this will be the car that I keep, but I've always wanted a manual coupe, Alpine white, cinnamon interior. This is the spec that I've been looking for and the spec that I really want to keep. I have all manual cars, so of course I'm going to keep a manual car and I'm going to collect a manual car. If I had just spare money to keep a car, I would have no problem. If a good SMG car popped up, I would love to just have it. Especially if it was a cool color, cool interior, I would have absolutely no problem keeping this car and just having it as a cruise car or a drivable car. but it isn't really realistic that anybody is just going to have a car sitting around for no reason and just say, hey, I'm gonna buy an E46 M3 just because it's SMG and drive it once every 3 months. No, it's not realistic, but I could definitely see if this was, let's say you wanted an M car for the budget. If you wanted one M car, that's all you had is one car, SMG popped up, it was in your price range, it was a decent car, it was maintained, whatever the spec you wanted, I would have no problem saying, okay, this is my one and only car, it's my one M car. Yeah, of course, get an SMG car. Get into it, let it be the gateway, let it be the first car that you have, and then again, later on the line, you can either sell it and get a manual car, or you can do a manual conversion for about $2,000. But then again, it's really up to you. I would have no problem keeping an SMG car and purchasing another M car, but my garage and my collection is a little bit different than somebody else's or what you would like. SMG is actually a pretty good car for what it is. Manual has all of its benefits and the features of spirited driving and being connected, but that's not everything at the end of the day. Yes, it is, but it isn't. There's also some cars that you want to just be able to hop in and chill and just drive, not have to worry about it, not worrying about the clunks, hopping in, being comfortable, daily driven, traffic, small commutes, stuff like that. There's no problem with having a DCT or an SMG car. I actually very much miss my DCT F80. I'm in the regret stage right now. I love my manual F80, but DCT was just amazing and it was such a good car to drive. I had no problem driving that car, 18-hour road trips one way, no stops. My manual car, kind of hard. I don't even really want to drive it 4 hours to Cali. So other than that, the cars are relatively the same while being the opposite. There's really not much to compare. The power is exactly the same. You just notice a little bit of drivetrain loss through the SMG. The actual weights of the transmissions is pretty much relatively the same, so there's really nothing to compare there. As far as statistics, the cars are identical, it's just transmission. So it's really up to you, and depending on what you're going to use the car for, you can just hop in this car, chill and relax, or you can have a manual car that's going to be your fun, slide around, go do a canyon run, or go do anything else. But then there's really nothing stopping you from doing that in either one of the cars. It's up to you. You need to go drive both. If you're considering either one of these cars, buy something that's a good deal, buy something that's in the spec that you want, and buy a car that's maintained. If you're gonna pick one or the other, I would take a well-maintained, good spec SMG coupe over, let's say you could afford a crappy manual coupe that's thrashed around, has no maintenance, and it's about to blow up. Buy the SMG car, manual convert it later if you get tired of the SMG. Buy what's in your price range, buy what's suited for you. Again, these cars are getting harder to come by and the prices are getting kind of harder to find. A lot of the cars are actually being sold way more beat now for twice the price. So you gotta find something that's in your price range, something that you can work out with. And again, if you're not gonna maintain these cars yourself, probably just stay away from it. Unless you have the budget, then this conversation isn't really for you and you're just gonna go buy the best example possible and you'll probably enjoy it either way. But that's about it for the cars. There's really not much to compare. There's nothing to argue. It all comes down to your preference and your opinion and basically how you react to the car. I want to thank all of you for actually watching this and staying tuned. Thank you for all the people that have subscribed that are new. I apologize for the poor lighting. It's not the best, but probably the mic quality isn't the best either. I'm still recording on my actual phone, doing all of this on my phone. So we'll get a camera pretty soon. We'll hopefully get some better lights in the garage, or I need to buy a house. So we'll get some better lighting or figure out another alternative and probably get another camera in the future. But I want to thank all of you for subscribing, watching the actual videos. Thank you for all the new people that have subscribed. Thank you for all the people that have stuck around and watched me work on these pieces of junk. I know the content isn't the greatest or the craziest, but we're doing what we can. Again, we're gonna get some more work done in the future. I have some FCP Euro boxes getting delivered today. We're gonna do some maintenance on this, a little bit of maintenance on the F80. This is posted for sale. The E39 M5 is also for sale. Not that much interest in either one of these cars. So I got a couple good offers, but they didn't like the counter offer. so we're gonna sell these, but it's okay. Taxes are around the corner. That's when everything starts to sell. I was in the middle of doing my taxes about an hour ago, and I decided not to because it wasn't looking too good. So now I need to go get someone to get my taxes done. We got to sell these, get some more funds up. on the active hunt for an E92 M3 or an Imola Red E39 M5. Man, I got rid of the E92 M3 to get the E39 M5, and now I'm trying to go back. But I would like to keep both. I'd like to have E92 M3 in this place and Imola in the Avis place. So we're gonna get it figured out. 2025, we got some good goals and some elevating to do for the channel and for the collection. So I'm gonna be a little bit busy this week. I gotta go to corporate in Phoenix. So if anybody has some nice parts for E39 M5, F80, E46 M3, if anybody in Phoenix got some nice stuff to sell, holla at your boy. I'll be there in less than a month. Let me know if you do like this style of the video more. I tried to do a little bit of a different outro with playing Forza in the last video, or one of the last videos. And now we're in front of the camera for the second time in my channel's history. I feel like it's kind of necessary at this point to kind of get in front of the camera. It'll also make filming quite a bit easier. So if you do like this, let me know. If you think I'm ugly, I apologize, I was born this way. If you don't like this style of content, I do apologize. So sincerely, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back with some more content. We got the garage looking a little ghetto, looking like we need to clean up some stuff and throw some stuff away. I don't think I have much more for you guys. This is about it for this episode. Again, it's very hard to compare these two cars, so I do apologize if absolutely none of this was helpful to you and this was just a giant rant and ramble. Then I do apologize, because that's what it was. There's really nothing to compare. It's all up to your opinion and your preference. You have to be the deciding factor. This is just a rant and a ramble, and maybe you found 3 seconds of this video useful, then maybe it can help you in your decision, or it can persuade you to go look at one of the cars, go drive one of the cars, and then test it out. But this is also a testament to show you SMG isn't that bad. Don't be scared to drive one. Don't be scared to get one. If it's a good price, go grab it. But I appreciate every single one of you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back, hopefully ASAP, with another video. I'm going to try to stay more consistent, and we will do what we can. So thank you, everybody, for staying tuned. I apologize. It was a ramble, but now the ramble is over. Go check out some of the older videos. I've been uploading a couple videos on this for the series, and go check out some older content if you got nothing else to do. Thank you all. We will be back. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we are out of here. Later, guys.